Welcome to Al Stock Trades. This is going to be a fun one, guys. It's going to be a different format. So if you can please comment down below if you like this or not, if you want me to bring it back to how I used to do it, just let me know. I'm going to bring you guys back to a day that, you really don't want to remember from what I understand from the retail community, but it is an important day, and that is November 15. Right? That's when Clover Health announced their proposed public offering of the Class A common stock, right? Now, I'm not going to go into the details. I made a video for that. We're going to go ahead and focus on the box here. And it says that the joint book runners for this is going to be Citibank, Deutsche Bank, SVB, and Canaccord. And if you recall, during that day, I made a video and I said, listen, guys, this is a bullish indicator because now Clover Health is going to get their name out there. All of these institutions are going to be analyzing the book value and helping Clover Health file the SEC filings. And essentially, they're going to become insiders and they're going to understand the essence of what the Clover Assistant does. They're going to ask questions. It's a way to shake hands. That's how business works, right? And literally within a month, December 17, the CEO and president of the Clover Health business, they specifically stated that this deal raised awareness, and they met with 30 investors, with their bank talking to 150. Guys, 150 people were spoken to regarding the Clover Health, and there was so much demand. Guys, this is going to raise awareness, and look at this. They said, we expect to gain 3 additional research analysts, Deutsche Bank, SVB, and Canaccord early next year. And would you look at that? We got on February 2nd, early next year, 2022 at 7:21 a.m. I specifically state the time because I want you to remember that. Canaccord increased the price target to $6. Now, again, you might say, well, hey, man, that's not a lot. Well, look at it where it's at. That's literally saying it's going to double. And usually these analysts tend to want to set price targets within a 12-month horizon, right? Our price targets are within the 3 to 5, 6 year mark, right? And we'll make another calculation when the earnings report comes. We'll stick around at the end of the video. We'll talk about when that is, right? But it's interesting here. I want you to look at the time here. I mean, look at the battle that Clover Health has. I mean, I think Chamath has a lot of enemies, right? Because, he's such a great investor, right? And I'm not saying that as a joke. He really is. February 2nd, 2022 at 7:21 a.m. Look at this. Within 12 minutes, Cohen the Clown comes in and they said, we're downgrading the stock from $7 to $3, literally within 12 minutes. I mean, guys, look at this. Can you believe this? If you dig a little deeper, you see that Cohen the Clown owns Cano Health, and they're in the same space within the Medicaid population. And you can see that they lowered the price target to 15 from 18, but still $15 Cano Health versus $3 Clover Health. There has to be some incentive here, right? But before we go deep into that, I want you to go ahead and remember our amazing analysts. I mean, look at that smile. Look at that suit. I mean, how can you not trust this guy? This guy, I mean, look at the success rating of this guy. This guy is amazing. I mean, look at this guy. Like, he is ranked one of the best analysts. Can't you see? He went ahead and downgraded Clover Health to $3.05, right? The same thing as Cohen the Clown. Again, this is Credit Suisse here, right? And if you go ahead, I'm going to move myself here. If you go ahead and see this, the same analyst went ahead on January 7th, downgraded Cano to 15 from 18. And would you look at that? It literally is the same downgrade price action that Cohen the Clown did. And if you go deeper into why they did this, you can see that this beautiful, successful analyst who always gets it right, owns $1.2 million worth of shares for Cano. And this amazing Cohen the Clown owns approximately $3.2 million worth of Cano. So you can obviously see here why they would want to pump up Cano at a level higher than Clover Health, because they don't want that successful. Or maybe they want to drive the price action down. This is why I always say separate the stock price from the fundamentals of the business. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that all of a sudden now the market's shifted and they're all day trading now now when they said buy the dip, and now they're just selling their portfolios and just basically trading. That's not how you do it. That's not how a long-term investor thinks. Look at Cathie Woods. Look at Warren Buffett. Their investment thesis remains the same because the fundamentals are strong, because they have a strong educational system. They have conviction. They're not wishy-washy based off of a couple of price action movements. Now, even with this whole Kano thing, you might ask yourself, well, hey, maybe Kano Health is a lot better. Guys, look at this. We already talked about this. Clover Health is beating expectations. They're growing by over 25%. This is more than the approximate 10% year over year from the industry growth average. These guys are killing it. And these guys here can't handle it. I mean, look at this guy. He can't handle it. And I can't wait to check up on this guy and see his success rating in the next couple of years, right? Hopefully he improves. I mean, I wish white light upon anybody. I mean, come on now, right? But unfortunately, what is retail doing? You know, they see all this noise. Well, not this one. They see more of this, right? And what are they doing? Well, guess what? As large whales are buying the small investors, I say small not to degrade them. Unfortunately, they're selling, and there's more outflow from the smaller investors. The medium size are getting smarter. But I made this YouTube channel to, give a fair shake on these small folks. I mean, time after time, how many eras and decades has the little guy always been screwed, right? Which is why I made this YouTube channel, to help the small guy. Because if we all team up together, we can accomplish extraordinary things, right? So check this out. So as small retailers are selling, they're buying high and they're selling, big institutions are buying. Let me look at Bailey Gifford here. They bought Tesla at a laughable price. They increased their portfolio position by 51.45%. They own a total now of $28.97 million worth of Clover Health. If you go ahead and look at Fidelity, they increased their portfolio size by 118%. And there's other portfolios they own as well that increase, but they own approximately $10.28 million worth of shares. And it doesn't stop there. Schwab went ahead and increased their portfolio to 129%. And then they have another portfolio that increased 130%, bringing their total share count to 5.6%. I mean, guys, retail is selling to these people. Stop donating your money to the big investors. They literally make money on the way down. They put options, and then they buy back up and they bring the value back up. I mean, this is the game of Wall Street. I want you to write this date down on a notepad, because February 23rd, Clover Health is going to be reporting their fourth quarterly reports. Now check this out. I know they're going to beat. It's very clear, because if you look at my JP Morgan healthcare conference video, they already stipulated that they're going to beat. I'm looking at forward guidance. I want to know any creme de la cremes are going to happen. But guess what? I think there are going to be more upgrades after, such as SVB and the other analysts that did the share offering for Clover Health. Guys, I told you this dip is going to be the best thing we ever could get, because now we're going to be 10, 20, 30xing our money in the next 10 years, no longer 10, because of how depressed and laughable the stock price is at. So another date to write is within literally a day, right? So February 23rd, February 24th, we have the Cities 2022 Virtual Healthcare Conference. Write these dates down, because these are important, because Clover Health is branching out. Before they were publicly traded, they never had opportunities like this. Well, now they do. And then Barclays is on March 15. These are all going to be future analysts that are going to be hopefully putting a higher price target on Clover Health. And that should ascend the price target high. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is, if you take, and this is from Bloomberg, right? If you take the Russell 2000 and divide it by the S&P 500 index, you get a ratio. And the lower the Russell goes down, essentially the lower the ratio goes down. And as you can see here, guys, we are trading in terms of small caps. Small caps are trading at a level near the pandemic, the 2020 pandemic. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, or if you're like, man, I wish I bought those stocks in 2020. Well, this is your time. This is where you can go and have fun. right? Now we may go a little lower, right? I would say right there's a good support line here. And this is more clearly depicted here. So you can see that the Russell has been bouncing off this support line, and just recently it broke, right? And it may find a new support, maybe at the ratio near here. But again, you can't time the market. Dollar cost average. Now, most recently, you may have noticed I created a Patreon service as an extension to our Mastering Stock Market course. I wanted to make it extremely affordable for people to get reliable information. I gave out buy and sell alerts to over 50 stocks. Now, you may know me for just talking about Clover Health, but I analyze all sectors within the stock market. I mean, just recently, I gave out a sell order for ExxonMobil, and if you would have held it for a month and a half, you would have been up 32%. We talk about top short squeeze indicators. They run up literally at least 20% every single day. We've been able to average some real nice bangers over the last couple of months. We also provide early access and voting power to what we talk about on this YouTube channel. And beyond that, you have access to me 24/7. I usually respond within 3 hours. I try to give you guys the best deal, design a product that's 100 times better than what you expect. It's always a privilege and honor. And if you can, I would really love if you can hit that subscribe button, share this video so others can see this clownery that Cohen the Clown and Credit Suisse do to steal money from the small investor. And we're going to see it play out. Like I said, come back to this channel in 3 years and you're going to see Clover Health at a wonderful price. If you hit that subscribe button, you're going to see this beautiful Hawaiian sunset. And as promised, here it is right there. So it is an honor and privilege. Thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next one.